Alright guys, welcome back to the Rotoscopers YouTube channel. We are back with one of your guys' favorite things to do, art book reviews. This time it's the Art of Sanjay's Super Team.
Super Team!
Which is the short that played in front of the big dinosaur. And this is really cool because this is actually the first book that has been done for a Pixar short.
Yeah. All right, so first things first, we're just going to talk about things that you're going to see like right off the bat. First off, it's kind of small, and that was a little bit of a bummer. See, because when you dig into this book, you realize that all they could have done is just like expand it a little bit more, and it would have been the same book. And
increase the area size.
Yeah, and it really would have added emphasis to the story. This story was so personal to Sanjay, it was his story. So basically it starts out with John Lasseter doing the foreword, talking about how wonderful the art that Sanjay would do while he was at Pixar, and also the art that he did outside of Pixar in his own personal projects. So a little bit of a backstory is while he had been working at Pixar for 17 years or so, about 10 years, into it, he was like, hey, I'm gonna start drawing gods and goddesses of my Hindu religion and just kind of help teach kids and people about the gods and goddesses of the culture. And he ended up starting to be this big business where they were making t-shirts, they were making books, and they were just like, what? And he thought, you know what, it's time for me to make my personal life my life. And I think I'm going to leave Pixar, and I'm just going to move full forward with this. At which point John said, no.
No. I see talent. I do not want talent leaving these doors.
Nope.
Come back in here. Get back in here.
And so he came over to Sanjay and he said, hey, let's combine these two worlds and let you be the director of one of our next shorts. Well, I think one of my favorite parts about this book is because it is so personal to Sanjay. My favorite part of the whole book was actually that first couple pages by Sanjay himself, where he talked about, it was really nice to see how he had never really even asked his dad why he did what he did, or even asked him to explain, his belief, not just the belief of Hinduism, but why he had this time that he would just go off to himself and what happened. And he said, it was a promise to his wife, who had suffered many years with schizophrenia, and this was his way of supporting her. And it was just so deep and so human. And there are just so many parts of this that really made you connect, not only with the story with Sanjay, but also you could see a little bit of your life in there too. And that was one of the great things that all of the artists throughout the whole book point out. I mean, most of the time they're like, oh yes, we did this and this and this, and they had a lot of choices that they did for the books and for all these pictures, but it seemed like every time that they said that, they would also come back with, well, and how I related to this was XYZ. And so it went from Sanjay's project to something that everybody really could get a hold of.
Yeah, in this book, one of the things that I really liked is there is a lot of storyboards and character sketches from the very beginning. I think some art books, they neglect those, and we only see a few of them, or they put them at the very end. But I as I was reading, it appeared to me that there are a lot more than you normally would have gotten, which is really exciting. Again, just because it's a short and it's only 7 minutes opposed to an hour and a half doesn't mean that they need to condense the material. I personally think there's just as much work that you do, probably creatively and setting things up. Obviously time is shorter to get the whole thing done, but nonetheless, you still just as much thought and process goes into it, and so
you still have enough to fill a book.
Yes, exactly. There's enough to fill a book, and they definitely do. So you get to see a lot of that, which is great. There's not too many of your traditional character development sketches where you're the character looks like this, and then he morphed into this, and then he looked like this, and then he looked like that. Not too much of that, which is fine. I think Sanjay really had an idea generally of where he wanted these characters to go. Obviously, this was semi-autobiographical in a way where it was his relationship with his father, so you really can't change your look. You can character it a bit, but so you don't see a lot of that, but you do also see a lot of these characters in motion, so character studies of how does this character move move and different sketches like that, which I really enjoyed. You know, how do we see the face from all different angles? And I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, and all the poses from all the gods, they were like really trying to make them really sharp and pointy. And he said he got a lot of influences from anime. So if you're into anime, if you're into Sanjay Super Team, you'll definitely love this book. Like, there's a lot to go into it. A lot comes out of it, and I just enjoyed it. So, definitely, I would give this book, actually, I would give it a 4 out of 5 stars for this one. You know, definitely worth buying. Like I said, I wish it were bigger.
Yeah, just because you're a short doesn't mean you're small.
No.
There's no reason for this book to be smaller. And I think because this book is smaller, you kind of look at it and you judge the book by its cover. You're like,
you really do.
It's just a wimpy little book. Probably not worth my time. Of course, all our books are worth your time. But especially once you start digging into this, you're like, oh man, this was so worth it. All the vignettes and stories that are told. There's a lot of great text and behind the scenes narratives, which you probably wouldn't even get even on a bonus feature. You might get one bonus feature for the film or for the short, maybe, where they're going to talk about that. But this is really your best opportunity. So thank you. I'm really excited we have this book.
Yeah.
And obviously thanks to Chronicle Books for sending us the review copy. If you'd like to purchase this, we have an Amazon affiliate link and a book depository link, and some of the proceeds go to help support the site and the YouTube channel, so that way we could buy even more of these books to do even more reviews. So if you're interested in buying, go down there.
Until next time, my name is Chelsea.
And I'm Morgan.
And you are watching the Rotoscopers YouTube.